Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
The smuggling, speeding, and a serious collision. That head-on collision killing all the people involved. Tonight, the Texas Department of Public Safety investigating a crash that killed 8 people, 5 of them migrants. That's according to the Zavala County Sheriff's Office. That crash happened sometime this morning about 6:30 on Highway 57 just west of Batesville near La Pryor. Those are pictures. These actually are pictures from the DPS of the aftermath of that crash. The Zavala County Sheriff's Office tells us a man driving a Honda Civic allegedly smuggling 5 migrants speeding on that highway. Deputies tried to stop him. He sped away. We're told the driver tried to go around an 18-wheeler in a no passing zone and hit an SUV head on. The 2 people in the SUV killed. The migrants and the driver in the Honda also killed. DPS says several of those migrants killed are from Honduras. This is still an ongoing investigation. It could cost you money. CPS Energy wants to raise its rates for the second time in 2 years, and not the last time either. The city-owned gas and electric utility laid out its proposal to its own trustees today and the city council as well. City Hall reporter Garrett Berger tells us how much all of this could cost.
No one expects it to be a popular idea.
You just raised our rates in the middle of a pandemic.
But CPS Energy is pushing ahead, pitching a 4.25% increase in its base rates that it says would cost the average residential customer an extra $4.45 a month. It's looking at least one more rate increase in 2026 as well. And CPS plans to have at least a conversation about possible increases every 2 years through 2030.
If we take our foot off the gas for a second on the transition that is ahead of us, we're going to get behind and we won't catch up.
CPS estimates its current request will bring in $85 million more a year, which it says will be spent on making its system more reliable and resilient, upgrading technology, keeping up with growth, and preparing for a wave of upcoming retirements. We asked the utility CEO, what if they don't raise rates? He says things the community says it wants, possibly even including moving away from coal, could be delayed.
I don't know that would be my first option, but certainly I got to look at the totality of the generation plan and decide what I can afford to do. But if we don't have the resources we need, I might as well take Vision 27 and throw it in the trash can, because a plan without resources isn't a plan.
The CPS board and San Antonio City Council passed an increase 2 years ago. At least one of the council members who voted no last time says he'll likely be a no if council votes on this in December, as expected.
I can't shake from my mind the residents who don't have the choice, who couldn't afford it even if they had to.
CPS made a website about its rate request with more information, including a bill estimator, so you can see just how much this may hit you. We've got a link to it on our website. Just find this story on KSAT.com. I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
All right, so my question coming out of CPS Energy rates is, are we going to have to fire back up the heaters by the end of the week, Adam?
Well, some folks may want to. We'll see those temperatures dipping back down into the 50s. So, yeah, we're going to cool off. We'll be in the mid-70s. Today we were in the 80s. Tomorrow we'll make it into the mid-70s before the cold front arrives in the early afternoon, turning rainy and even a little breezy and gusty. And the fall-like feel, it's going to be back. Take a look at our temperature trend. 74 midday tomorrow, then we fall off. Friday, only 58 for the high temperature. Saturday, we make it to 60. Basically, all day Friday and Saturday, we're going to be in the 50s, and then we get into the lower 60s by Sunday and Monday. So the fall-like temperatures, below average temperatures are on the way back. This won't be as strong as the cold front that hit before Halloween, but you're going to notice it. We'll be back to talk about rain when it arrives, how much we could get, and more on the wind as well in a bit, Steve.
All right, thank you, Adam. You want to see something that doesn't look like a lot of fun? Check out this live picture from TransGuide. This is 281 at 410, and you can see, I mean, unless you like going slow in your car on 281, maybe you'll like this, but this is 281 at 410. You can see the exit and on ramps there backed up as people make their way through the city. Well, tonight, a now fired Bexar County Sheriff's deputy has been arrested for assaulting someone she was dating. According to BCSO, off-duty deputy Tony Ramirez arrested for assault by the Como County Sheriff's Office yesterday. BCSO says Ramirez assaulted someone she was in a relationship with. Following the arrest, Sheriff Javier Salazar fired her. Ramirez hired by the Sheriff's Office in January of this year. A way to help deal with what's being called an epidemic in our city. It's a phone line that sheriff's deputies can call when they're at a domestic violence scene. The Domestic Violence Navigation Line began in 2021. It just received a new wave of county funding. It's been so successful.
What is the relationship from the victim to the aggressor?
Today, we got to see who answers those phone calls, helping access danger on the spot. These MedCom professionals work out of the Southwest Texas Regional Advisory Council, or STRAC, out of its command center. They immediately ask the victim 11 questions that determine that person's risk of dying from domestic violence. Once the results come through, someone with Metro Health's Violence Prevention Department calls within the hour if somebody's in danger to offer services.
After a person is essentially stabilized into a safe place and they have their basic needs met, like food and being able to communicate with family members, we move into case management.
Since 2021, MedCom has received more than 3,100 calls, a quarter of which they deemed high risk or critical. The current funding with University Health and now Bexar County will carry that program through December 31st. A jury and an accused murderer ordered out of a Bexar County courtroom today when the defendant launches into a crying outburst while watching a video of the victim dying. Vernon Dixon, charged with killing a pastor's son who was in a relationship with his daughter. Our Daniela Ibarra with how the relationship between players in this case made it ripe for high emotions.
What's on this screen is too graphic for you to see. But watching the final moments of 19-year-old Devontae Boyce's life is too much for his accused killer to bear.
All right, everyone, please rise.
The jarring outburst prompting deputies to rush accused killer Vernon Dixon and the jury out of the courtroom. It happened minutes into the first witness's testimony. An officer who says he rushed to help Boyce.
Was he making any noises?
I'm trying to breathe, if anything.
Prosecutors showed jurors another video showing the moments leading up to Boyce being shot on the east side in March of 2022. Evie Lewis considers Dixon to be her father and Boyce to be her husband.
He's the father of my kids.
The state says this case is a puzzle, and the defense says it's going to be a challenge to prove it.
When you see everything, or rather the lack of evidence that you have, I believe that you will be returning the only verdict that you could possibly return, and that is not guilty.
If the jury finds Dixon guilty of murder, he could face up to life in prison. Reporting from the Galena Reeves Justice Center, Daniela Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
And we're going to stay at the Justice Center now. He's accused of killing 3 people. The capital murder trial for Jacob Brownson also continuing today. Brownson accused of fatally shooting 3 men back in 2016 at a Northside apartment complex. And while a clear motive hasn't been revealed, Brownson did have some sort of disagreement with one of the 3 victims days before that deadly shooting. Today, a firearms expert took the stand to talk about what was determined in the examination of shell casings from the scene. Edward Wallace from the Bexar County Crime Lab determined all of those casings had been fired from the same gun. But during cross-examination, he couldn't say who fired the shots from the 9mm semi-automatic pistol.
You're not here to testify to this jury that Jacob Bronson committed capital murder, correct?
That's correct. I don't know who fired these shots.
Testimony resumes tomorrow morning. If Brownson is found guilty, he would automatically be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The San Antonio police say it has happened again. Another worker hurt while trying to stop a shoplifter. A week ago, we told you about a Macy's employee who was shot outside North Star Mall. As Katrina Weber shows us, this latest case involves a suspect accused of using his hands to cause harm.
In the grasp of San Antonio police officers, a man is feeling the heat outside this smoke shop. He's facing a robbery charge after something that police say started as a simple theft. They say he raised the stakes by assaulting a worker here who tried to stop him from stealing.
They punched him in the face, trying to get in the way.
Vape City's regional manager, Rene Rivera, got the call after 4 this morning. He rushed over to find police outside the business on West Commerce near General McMullen. Police say the suspect was one of 3 shoplifters stealing smoking materials, including pipes. They say after punching the clerk, he and the others ran off, but they caught only him. This is the second time in a week that a worker has been hurt after trying to stop a theft. A loss prevention officer from Macy's at North Star Mall is still recovering from being shot by a suspected shoplifter last Tuesday night. In this case, the employee wasn't seriously hurt, but Rivera says this is a reminder of something that we've long heard from police, that it's not worth it to put up a fight.
Nowadays, everybody's carrying around guns and stuff. We always tell our employees just don't get in the way, everything's insured.
Rivera says the smoke shop worker didn't need medical attention, but he did go home to rest and relax.
Thank God that he's safe and everything, so hopefully he recovers good.
The suspect could be in for some bad days ahead. He was taken to jail. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
It's considered in the middle of a so-called food desert. Well, they cut the ribbon today. The Madonna Center officially has a new kitchen, and this kitchen will help feed hundreds of San Antonians across the city. The new kitchen was constructed with the purpose of providing more meals to seniors and children specifically. The center says they will serve more than 400 meals daily. Their goal is to get 2,100 meals to those in need weekly. The new 928 square foot kitchen made doable by a $250,000 project fully funded by the San Antonio Area Foundation John L. Santikos Fund. All right, you might have noticed that I've got some whiskers working. No Shave November underway, and the men of KSAT growing out our beards for a good cause. We're raising money for 12 cancer foundations. If you would like to donate, scan the QR code on your screen to learn more. Last year, by the way, KSAT raised more than $30,000 to benefit cancer research, treatment, and prevention. From now through December 12th, you can donate a pair of new shoes or socks to any of the 7 SAPD substations. It's all part of the Share the Shoes campaign. Every donation will be given to a child in need of new shoes through the organization Zapatos. They're looking for shoes and socks for toddlers to adult sizes. You can donate at any SAPD substation. All this information on KSAT.com. Still ahead on the news at 6, the owner of an Israeli restaurant in Houston says she is not changing her way of business after it was vandalized. That and more in your state headlines next. Dog attacks, unfortunately, nothing new in San Antonio, something the city's animal care services well aware of. Today, a group of cadets celebrating their graduation from ACS. But do they have what they need to tackle the city's dog problems? We'll talk about that on the Night Beat. And we are 1 week away from the housing vouchers application deadline. How to apply, who's eligible, how it'll work. Those stories and more tonight on the Night Beat at 10. Around Texas now, the owner of a restaurant in Houston believes she was targeted because of an Israeli flag hanging outside her building. The restaurant broken into early this morning. Owner Pam Bayless says the burglar bypassed cash to instead destroy some of her Jewish prayer books. She says the Israeli flag hanging outside the restaurant drew the burglar to her place.
And I don't feel like that we should have to alter our way of doing business to please other people. I just don't bend that easily.
Bayless recently reported 2 threats to Houston police. They had suggested she take the flag down. She decided not to. Police are investigating the burglary. Detectives will determine if this was indeed a hate crime. To West Texas now, and the U.S. Geological Survey says a 5.2 magnitude earthquake happened just before 4:30 this morning near the town of Mentone. The town is near the border of Texas and New Mexico, about 200 miles east of El Paso. Right now, no reports of any injuries or damage. Last year, the same area hit by a 5.4 magnitude earthquake. No earthquake here. Some changes, though, are definitely possible. Let's check in with Adam Caskey. Adam.
Oh, they're guaranteed. That's right. The changes are coming tomorrow with the cold front. You're not going to wake up to the changes, though. I want to make that clear. The changes will be happening later in the day, and you'll definitely go to bed to the changes. Friday morning, you'll feel the difference out there when you wake up. Let's first start with rain. We'll talk about rain, temperatures, wind, and dew points, how they're all changing and when. First of all, Our rain chances up to 60% tomorrow, even 70% tomorrow night, and then still some scattered activity lingering into Friday morning. Then we see another spike on Monday. There's less certainty with the event Sunday into Monday. We're just going to be focusing on the rain for tomorrow and into Friday at this time. Thursday, some fog and drizzle in the morning at 7 a.m. By noon, cloudy and some scattered activity at 40%. And then we're up to 60% at 4 p.m. By 9 p.m., we've got rain chances up to 70%. So definitely rising throughout the day. Not a lot of rain early, most of the rain holding off until later in the day. And notice our temperature trend falling off in the afternoon. More on that in a moment. First of all, our futurecast, and notice the fog and even some drizzle to start the day. At sunrise and for the morning commute, most of the rain, if not all of it, off to the west, Valverde County and parts of the Hill Country as well, and along the Rio Grande. Then as we progress through the morning, some of that scattered activity starts to pop up in and around San Antonio, Bexar County, and surrounding communities. After the noon hour, it starts to become more widespread and the rain showers more numerous in nature. Most of it's going to be light, but embedded within some of it could be some of these moderate showers indicated by the yellow and orange here by the Futurecast. Now, the Futurecast shows this right over Canyon Lake and northern Bexar County. And don't pay close attention to the exact placement of those heavier showers, just the mere fact that we could have a few enhanced showers periodically mixed in. Bottom line, rain chances rise through the afternoon and evening tomorrow, and then the rain will be coming and going. Generally speaking, light soaking rain, which is good. It's not the kind of rain that just runs off immediately after it falls. This is going to be that good soaking rain. Don't get too excited in terms of overall accumulations. We're not talking rain gauges overflowing here or even filling up. I think some of the luckiest neighborhoods could pick up around an inch of rain. And again, that's some of the luckiest neighborhoods. All right, now let's talk temperatures. Today, 79 right now, but we did make it to 82 for the high temperature. We've got that muggy air in place with that dew point of 67. Of course, temperatures and mugginess all changing. 80 in Uvalde, 80 Hondo, 74 in Kerrville. We go farther to the north, we find the cold front. It's moving through Lubbock as we speak. It's 60 in Amarillo, 58 in Guyman, Oklahoma. Meanwhile, Midland at 80 and Abilene at 81. In the core of the cooler air, we've got temperatures in the 40s to near 60. That's pushing our way. So tomorrow, it's actually going to be in the mid 70s, right near average for the high temperature. We'll hit that, I think 74 around 1 p.m. And then thereafter, the temperature falls off with that cold front hitting around 2 p.m. So 1 p.m., 74 degrees. By 5 p.m., we're down to 65. And by 9 p.m., we're back into the upper 50s tomorrow. And with it will be a noticeable wind. First at the lunch hour in the Hill Country, then after noon, I mean, we're talking as early as 1, 2 p.m., wind gusts up to 25, 30 miles per hour. Elsewhere, even in and around San Antonio and surrounding areas. We'll be dealing with this gusty wind all the way into Friday as well, so you'll notice that wind. Really quickly, dew points, they're in the 60s to near 70. They'll be falling off, so you won't notice or feel that mugginess in the air come tomorrow evening. Notice the temperature trend. I mentioned it earlier. 58 for the high on Friday. Basically all day Friday and Saturday will be in the 50s, low 60s by Sunday, Monday.
All right. Bundle up. Thanks, Adam. All right, it's one of those things that I'm very happy to see. It just makes me happy to see people happy. And this has got to be a special recognition for athletes and parents and everybody who put effort into making this.
Yeah, National Signing Day is always one of our favorite days here at KSAT 12 and KSAT 12 Sports because it's just awesome to see these student athletes, their parents, the coaching staff just all smiling and happy because they're putting pen to paper because they're going to the next level. And Wemby is ready to make his Madison Square Garden debut coming up. It is early National Signing Day where high school student athletes put pen to paper signing their national letter of intent. We started Johnson High School where the Jags had 13 student athletes commit to the next level. We're talking about girls soccer, softball, baseball, girls basketball, golf, plus acrobatics and tumbling. And they range from Division I to JUCO. What a great day for those student athletes, their families, and the Johnson Jaguars as a whole.
I really loved the family there, and as soon as I stepped on campus, it felt like home, and I loved all the coaching staff.
I decided to go to Baylor because the coach is really good. All the players on the team are really good, so I like who I'd be surrounding myself with.
I mean, just the atmosphere is crazy. I mean, I love it there. I mean, it feels like home. It's not too far. I mean, I want to win a national championship, and I feel like that's where I can do it.
Over at Brandeis, there were 3 young women who are all going to play at Division I schools. Lola Davila will be playing volleyball at Texas Tech. Ryan Forcier will be shooting hoops at Southern Cal. And Sophia Kuhn is heading to Fordham University to play volleyball. All 3 young women had plenty of schools to choose from, so we had to ask what made you choose your new school.
I just completely, when I visited, I fell in love with the location. The atmosphere was just instantly what I knew I had to be there. Like, I met the coaches, I completely clicked with them. I loved what they were teaching there, like how they were teaching it there. Everything just kind of fell into the right place, and it just seemed like there was no other place to go.
The coaches felt like family, the players felt like family, the atmosphere, California, it felt like a second home to me, even though it's across the country, but it felt like a second home, and their academics are great. And honestly, that's what I was looking for in a school, and I'm just excited to get there.
Building a relationship from the beginning, they were the ones that were super sweet and felt like family, so I feel like going forward I wanted to be a part of a program that wasn't just about me as an athlete, but cared about me as a person and as who I was as a student, and then of course it being close to home. So I think all those factors played into me choosing Tech.
And over at Lytle High School, the gym was packed to see Kalissa Severe sign her national letter of intent to play basketball at Midwestern State University. After speeches from coaches, teachers, and family members, the teary-eyed Kalissa signed on the dotted line and shared with us what today means to her and why she picked Midwestern State as her next destination.
I'm very excited, knowing that all my hard work paid off, like on the weekends going to the gym, spending like multiple hours in the gym. It's just like the coach has been following me ever since I was a freshman, so all through up to my senior year. And I went on a visit, and everything around it, the campus, the girls, the coaches, I just love everything, like the environment.
That is awesome. We'll have even more from National Signing Day tonight on the Night Beat. Here's Spurs rookie sensation Victor Wembanyama arriving for his Madison Square Garden debut. Wemby leads all NBA rookies with 136 total points this season and points per game at 19.4. This morning at shoot-around, he was asked what's it like being in the Knicks house and shooting around.
Pretty incredible, you know. It's not as big as I expected, but still the vibe is here.
What are your expectations for tonight and the crowd and just playing in this environment?
A tough game, you know, physical and, yeah, you know, passionate fans.
Here's the matchup between the Spurs and Knicks. Both teams are 3-4, and tip is coming up at 6:30.
Do you think he picks out his outfits depending on where he's going to play? You think that's exactly the New York outfit
That's his New York look? Could be. We'll have to ask.
I'm curious about that. Yeah. Thank you, Larry. We'll be right back.